Welcome to Jeremiair. This town of a population of only 7,700 people is known as the Pearl of the Vosges. Located in the northeast of France, its population used to be in the 1960s closer to 9,300. It has an aging population with 1 in 4 people over the age of 60 and less than 15% of the residents are under the age of 14. However, it is a little piece of paradise. Thank you for tuning in. So, as you know, in the past couple of weeks we've been doing an Explore series of East London's beaches. So I thought it'd be fun to expand the Explore series to some of the places that I go to. For instance, here in France, this is just too beautiful not to share. So welcome to Jeremiair. We're not going to do the whole town because it's not a big town, but there's a lot to do. We don't have much time. But I would show you the largest lake in the Vosges, which is the region that we're in. This is the largest lake, and this is why it's called the Pearl of the Vosges. So what Jeremiair lacks in numbers, it certainly makes up for in natural beauty. This is the largest natural lake in the Vosges region in the northeast of France, on the border of Switzerland. This place is just absolutely stunning. As I said, it's got an aging population, but it is just the kind of place that you idyllically would love to come and live in because of its peace and its quietness. It's also a very friendly population. I've been around quite a few places in France, and generally I get on very well with French people. But what I found here in Jeremiair is that they are very open and very hospitable. And that's why they are one of the best tourist destinations in summer and winter. In summer, you can enjoy the lake with boating and swimming, and in winter, you can take to the mountains for some snow and some skiing. So as a South African, I'm always amazed when I come to Europe to find how long and how old some of these places are. You know, in South Africa, we have a relatively young history as far as our infrastructure, our cities, our population, and the way that we live our lives. But here in Europe, civilization and established towns and cities have been around for a lot longer. Jeremiair is no different. Rumor has it that this lake once housed a village that sunk. It's known as the Sunken Village. Go and Google it, it's quite interesting. And they say that somewhere at the bottom of the lake is a sunken village. If you were to ask a South African where the finest wine comes from, they would say the Western Cape. And yes, it's true, many great wines do come from the Western Cape. But if you would ask the same question of a French person, they would have a different opinion. Driving from Basel Airport in Switzerland to here in the northeast of France, in Jeremiair, we drove past vineyard after vineyard. So much wine being produced in this region, which they say is at the heart of the best wine in the world. Jeremiair is also known as the home linen textile capital of France, where they produce some of the finest linen that is used around the country and around Europe. And well, I suppose it does need an industry because you can't survive just on tourism. Then again, with views like this, maybe you could. So here in Jeremiair, it's not just about tourism, it is also host to large festivals. For instance, there's a movie festival similar to Cannes that happens here once a year. Also big music festivals and sporting events, one of which was the Triathlon Jeremiair, which had 5,300 athletes from 25 nations coming here to take on triathlon. 5 races in 2 days. With a population of 7,700 people, you can imagine when 5,300 athletes arrive with their friends and family to to come and do some triathlon. It expands the city's or the town's population quite significantly, and apparently brings in close to 2 million euros worth of spending into the economy. It's not a bad deal, is it? But then again, who wouldn't want to come and do a triathlon here? So it is heading into autumn here in France and in Europe. It's been a very, very hot summer here, and yet the place has maintained a really beautiful green natural beauty, even in the hot temperatures. I remember I was in Les Sables d'Olonne and Nice earlier this year, where the temperatures were above 30 degrees and the humidity was insane. It was like being in South Africa. In summer, as we were saying, some of the things you could do here on the lake would include renting a paddle boat and seeing if you can paddle to the other side and come back. It's been a good summer here in Europe this year, and certainly for Jeremiair. They've had a lot of tourists visiting. So I think that one of the things I want to encourage people to do is to travel, get out of your comfort zone, get out of just your hometown. If it doesn't mean going overseas, then perhaps try and go somewhere in your own country, go and experience something in your own country. Because the exposure to different cultures and different parts of the world just kind of stretches your mind. I think sometimes as South Africans, we become very insulated in our own problems, where we believe that the rest of the world is perfect and we have all of these problems, until you travel internationally and you find out that every place has problems. It's how you deal with it, and it's having the right leaders in place to help move society forward. However, that doesn't mean that we let go of the past and our heritage. And here in the northeast of France, heritage and history are a massive part of what makes this place beautiful. Okay, want to rent a boat? You can get an electric boat, 2 people, 20 euros an hour. So 20 euros times 20 would be South African rands. I don't even know what that is. I think that's a couple of hundred rand. If you want a pedal boat, it's half the price, 10 euros, but then you and your partner have to actually do the pedaling. So we're talking about some of the festivals and the sporting events that happened yesterday. This was a very different place. It had easily 10,000 people walking up and down, triathletes, supporters, friends, family, locals that were here. Today it's a lot more peaceful. I grew up in South Africa, and when I was young, my father played a lot of tennis, and I always wanted to be a professional tennis player. Didn't sadly have the talent to make it happen. But in South Africa, we didn't have grass courts or clay courts. I think there were 1 or 2 grass courts, maybe 1 clay court in the whole country. But here in Europe, when you get to Europe, what you'll find is a lot of the towns and cities have clay courts. And if you've ever watched the French Open, you just know how awesome this is. 7,700 people get to call this home. Can you imagine, just for a moment, wherever you are in the world watching this, just for a moment, can you imagine living in a house up there? And that's your home. This is your view every day. When you want to, you come down into the town, which is just over there. I'll take you for a quick walk around there. Get what you need, go back home. I mean, with remote work nowadays, when you can work for any company anywhere in the world, you know, why can't you? I would love to own a property up there and just travel to the events I need to do and just, maybe do some sort of online media company that can exist anywhere. I mean, it's a small town and it's, it's very historic, But all of the infrastructure you need to have a successful remote career is right here in Jeremiair. Then again, with only 7,700 people living here, I'm pretty sure they don't want it to expand so much. Do you think they have room for one more person? I don't know. If you're looking for some excitement, you could go to Monaco and some of those amazing casinos they have in Monaco, or you could come to the casino here in Jeremiair. Not quite as big, but still fun. So that's it for my walk around Jeremiair. A very short walk just to show you the lake. I want to say lac because that's what they say here in France. The lake, a little bit of the beauty of the countryside, and a little bit of the actual city centre, well, town centre essentially. I mean, I don't think you can call 7,700 people a city. Town, small, beautiful, located in the northeast of France on the Swiss border. This is just, it certainly is the pearl of the Vosges. The Vosges is the region that we're in. So cool to be here, so cool to be able to experience this, so cool to be able to experience the triathlon here as well. Thanks for watching, and if you liked the video, give it a like, and if you can, give it a subscribe as well. What a beautiful part of the world. Merci Jeremiair, tu es magnifique.